Hello boys and girls, we're going to do our math for Monday, June 1st. You will need your Volume 2 math book, and also we call it the Lizard book. Make sure you have your math book ready and a pencil. We are going to start Chapter 10 today, the last chapter of the year. Make sure you write the short date at the top. We're going to talk about three-dimensional shapes. A three-dimensional shape is a shape that you can see all around, like a cube or a sphere. A sphere is like a ball. You can see all the way around it. In the other chapter, we talked about plane shapes. Plane shapes are like these. They're flat. Okay? But three-dimensional shapes have more dimension. They have more, and you can see all the way around. You'll see in just a minute when we talk more about it. Okay, he says our kitchen adventures. You can watch the video on McGraw-Hill and ClassLink. So I'm going to turn the page. Really quick, I'm going to talk to your guardians about this page. It shows the Common Core State Standards for geometry for first grade. So they're showing that this chapter is going to discuss two of the standards. Okay, you're going to distinguish between attributes of shapes. That means we're going to describe what they look like and what they have, like corners or vertices. And the other standard talks about how three-dimensional shapes, we can use them to create other shapes or composite shapes. And we'll get to that in one of our lessons. Okay, so let's start with, am I ready? Write your name at the top. It could be just your first name and the short date. Okay, number 1, draw an X on the object that is a different shape. So which one of these shapes is different from the others? If you said circle, you are correct. This is helping our brains to organize and sort. Okay, number 2, which shape is different from the others? If you said trapezoid, you are correct. These two are rectangles, and this one is a trapezoid. Those are some of the plane shapes we learned about before. Okay, number 3, 4, and 5. These are fun. Draw lines to match the objects that are the same shape. Okay, so right away my brain is going to the orange because I know it looks like the sphere, right? So draw a line to match them. An orange is a sphere. I'm also going to post a link of the Brain Pop video called Solid Shapes. It talks all about these shapes we're going to learn about. It's a perfect video to watch. If you don't watch it today, you can watch it sometime this week, but make sure you watch it because it's a really good resource. Okay, number 3 looks like an ice cream cone. So would I match it with this one or this one? If you said this one, you are correct because it's also called a cone and has a three-dimensional cone shape. We can see all the way around it. Okay, the box of raisins, it's a rectangular shape. This one is called a rectangular prism. So that matches the box of raisins. Okay, number 6. Miley was using this object to play a game. Circle the name of the shape. So what do you think this dice, what kind of shape is it? Is it a cylinder, a cone, or a cube? Well, earlier I said this was a cone, so it can't be cone. A cylinder is a shape like a can of green peas. It does not look like a can. So, cube is the answer. It is a cube. Okay, when you're finished, turn the page. Let's go to my math words. Okay, it says circle, rectangle, and square. Use the review words, write the name of each shape shown in color. Okay, so it says two-dimensional shape hunt. These are three-dimensional shapes, but hiding on them is a plane shape. Okay, the circle, rectangle, or square. So see right here, there's a green shape. What shape is this green shape? A circle, rectangle, or square? You said square? You are correct. So we're going to write square. Please use your best handwriting. It's a good time to practice. Okay, then I'm going to cross out square up in the box because I already used it. Okay, next you're going to look at the cylinder. This is a cylinder shape. But what shape is at the top in the red? Is that a circle or a rectangle? Write the name of the shape. I want you to do that on your own this time. And then you're going to do the one at the bottom on your own as well. Look at the orange lines. What shape does it make? Circle or rectangle? Write your answer on the line. Pause it if you need time to write those words, okay? When you're ready, push play. So I'm going to go to the vocabulary cards next. Okay, it says my vocabulary cards. I do want you to rip these out. I'm going to rip mine out and I'm going to cut them apart. So if you have scissors, you can go ahead and do that. And you can also rip out your foldable. We will be doing the foldable together. Okay, after you rip those two out, you can close your book. And we're going to focus on the pages that we ripped out. Okay, the first one I'm going to look at is my vocabulary cards. Go ahead and cut them out on the line. Across, down, across, and across. You should only have a little bit of trash. This top part up here should be your only trash. Okay, I'm going to pause it and cut out my cards. And you can do the same. Okay, so I have my cards cut out. I'm going to move some out of the way. So I want to talk about this one first. Three-dimensional shape. These are examples of three-dimensional shapes. You can see all the way around them. On the back of the card, it tells you about three-dimensional shapes. A three-dimensional shape is a solid shape. A shape that is not flat. Okay, so we're going to keep these and we're going to keep them in a safe place. I'll show you in just a minute. So I'm also going to talk about face. It says face here. The face is the shape you see on the three-dimensional shape. So it says 6 faces. The cube has 6 faces. And the faces are in the shape of a square. So it has 1, 2, number 3 is in the back, 4 is right here on this side. So that's 4 faces, and 1 face on the top, and 1 face on the bottom. So that's 6 altogether. Okay, a face is the flat part of a three-dimensional shape. So all these flat squares, the 6 flat squares put together make a cube. And again, make sure you watch that Brain Pop video because it'll talk about faces of three-dimensional shapes as well. It's pretty neat how they do it on the video. So I want you to take your cards, keep them together, and when we're done today, put them in a safe place. If you still have your Avid binder, you might have your pencil pouch here in the front. That would be a great place to keep them. But if you don't have the pencil pouch, you can put them in your plastic divider. Okay? Or even if in a plastic sheet, if you still have your plastic sheet, You could slide them in here to keep them safe. Okay, let's not put them away yet. We might need them still for our foldable. So I'm going to keep mine out. Okay, let's look at our foldable. So it says, my foldable. A cube. How many faces and how many vertices? Okay, so let's count. Remember on our card, our cube card, it actually shows us. Okay, so here's our cube card. Let's see what's on the back. A three-dimensional shape with 6 square faces. Okay, so it tells us it has 6 faces. Now, vertices are just like when we learned about plane shapes. They're the corners. So I'm going to use my highlighter to show you all the vertices. You can use a highlighter too, or just circle them with your pencil. Okay, so here's 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 4 vertices on the top. 1, 2, 3, 4 vertices on the bottom. That's a lot of vertices. So let's count them all together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 vertices. Okay, next we're going to look at the rectangular prism. Let's find our card and see what it says. Rectangular prism. It's the same shape as a cereal box. So if you have cereal boxes at your house or your home, you have a rectangular prism in your home. Also a tissue box. A three-dimensional shape with 6 faces that are rectangles. So it also has 6 faces. But a cube has square faces and a rectangular prism has rectangular faces. Okay, so let's count the vertices. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 vertices, just like in the cube. So a cube and a rectangular prism are almost the same, except a rectangular prism is more stretched out. And a cube is just like a square, but you can see all the way around it, the top and the bottom, and all the sides. Okay, let's look at the cone next. So here's a cone. Let's find our cone card. A party hat is sometimes in the shape of a cone. Also an ice cream cone. Okay, a cone is a three-dimensional shape that narrows to a point from a circular face. Okay, so it has a circular face at the bottom. And it has only one circular face. I'm going to take a look at my face card again because I believe it says the face has to be flat. Yes. So here's my face card. The flat part of a three-dimensional shape is the face. Okay, so this part up here, it goes around like an ice cream cone, but the circle is a flat circle. So it has one flat face, one circle. Okay, the vertex, where it narrows to a point, right there at the top. How many does it have? Only one. So a cone has one circular face and one vertex. Okay, let's go to cylinder. Just like a cone, I can see that it has some circle faces. So here's a cylinder. The example shows a can of corn. You probably have a lot of cylinders in your home. So a cylinder is a three-dimensional shape that is shaped like a can. Okay, let's see how many faces we can find. So I already see one circle face down here. So here's a face. Do you see any other faces? If you said this one up here, you are correct. So it has two circle faces. Okay, how many vertices do you see? How many corners? If you said 0, you are correct. A cylinder doesn't have any vertices or any corners. It's round all the way. Kind of like a highlighter. A highlighter is a cylinder. It can roll because it has round. It's round all the way around, except on the bottom and the top. See, here's my flat circle at the top and my flat circle at the bottom. So if I wanted to stand it up, I could. And it won't go anywhere. But if you lay it down, it can roll away. That's the cool thing about these shapes. Okay. With your foldable, you can trim off the top, and then I can show you how to make a rectangular prism out of your foldable. It's pretty cool. Or you can just keep it like this, and you can glue it in your notebook, or you can just take a picture and send it to me. Excuse me. Keep it somewhere safe, maybe in your Avid binder, in case you need it again. Okay, so if you want to make the rectangular prism, go ahead and cut off the top strip. I'm going to pause it so I can do it too. Okay, so I cut off the top strip from here. Now I'm going to flip it over. Make sure you have the orange at the bottom, closest to you, and the yellow at the top. Okay, so I'm going to start at the bottom. You're going to fold it this way. If you line it up right here on the purple, see where the purple is? Line up right there. And it should fold really nicely. And your fold should be on these green dots. Okay, so if you line it up perfectly with that purple and blue edge, it'll fold perfectly on those little green dots. Okay, and then you're going to fold it again. So I'm just going to hold it like this, fold it over again. This time try to match up with the blue and the yellow. If you need an adult to help you, find an adult who can help you. Okay, and then we're going to fold once more. And this time I can see my green dots right here, so I'm going to try and make sure I fold on those green dots. It can be a little tricky, but just try your best. There we go. Okay, next, okay, under the cylinder, there's a little peach space right here. We have to fold that. So I'm going to flip this over. Now I'm going to have the cylinders at the bottom, and this little orange space we're going to fold over. Very carefully. When you see the green dots, then you're ready to push it down. It does not have to be perfect. You just try your best. Okay. On this little peach space, that's where you're going to put your glue, or you can use tape, because you're going to put it together like this. Okay, you would put the glue on this little peach strip and then push this down to it. So it should make a rectangular prism. You see the inside? Okay, so I'm going to tape mine and then show you when I'm finished. Okay, I finished my rectangular prism. So now, if I flip it, I can see each three-dimensional shape and some facts about it. And when I hold it up like this, I can look inside it. Pretty cool. You can keep it somewhere safe, maybe in your workspace, so we can use it again when we need to know the facts about a certain shape. And also keep your vocabulary cards somewhere safe. I'm going to put mine in my Avid binder so I know where they are. We might use them again in another lesson. If you were able to make your rectangular prism, I would love to see it. So you can take a picture of it and send that too. And remember to send pictures of your Am I Ready page. And send it to me in Class Dojo or Google Classroom. Remember to watch the Brain Pop video about the solid shapes. And check Epic, because I might find some good books about solid shapes on Epic as well.